What's good, YouTube? It's your boy KB with Just Do Boxing, back with another video. Before I get into the video, I want to say, if this is your first time on the channel, do your boy a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the bell icon, switch all notifications on so you can be notified when new content drops. So let's get into it, man. Got some interesting news in the sport of boxing. It's being reported that Eddie Hearn has made it offer to Kell Brook to face off against Benn. He said they'd be willing to do it in June, but thinks a later date in the year is more likely. This would see Benn fight first on April 16th, and then they're looking at a date, maybe possibly for September, to face off. Kell Brook is now 40-3, 28 KOs, 35 years old. He's orthodox, 5'9", 69-inch reach, fighting out of Sheffield, England. He was last in the ring February 19th against his rival and UK counterpart in a highly anticipated showdown that many felt that should have took place at least 6 or 7 years ago. Amir King Khan, who's now 34-6, 21 KOs, and even though this fight should have been taking place, I feel like it's still delivered in terms of action. Even though the fight ended up being a one-sided, it still was very entertaining for as long as it lasted. Kell Brook didn't come to play. He dominated and took control of the fight from the opening bell. And every time Brook hit Khan clean, he basically hurt him. He wobbled him, stunned him, or he would hurt him. And I felt like it was just a matter of time before Brook got the knockout, and he did exactly that. Brook eventually stopped Khan in the six by TKO. With the ref stopping the fight with Conor on his feet, and it was just an all-around dominant performance for Kell Brook. He finally put an end, to the back and forth, to the rivalry. He finally beat Amir Khan as he said he would, and he did exactly that. But Benn, on the other hand, it's a much different story, much younger opponent, much fresher, a lot more hungry. He's 20-0, 13 KOs. He's 25 years old, 10 years younger than Kell Brook. He's 5'8" with a 68-inch reach, orthodox as well. He's also fighting out of the UK. He got a 65% KO ratio. So he definitely got some punching power. He last fought on December 11th of last year, where he brutally knocked out Chris Algieri in the 4th round with a vicious straight right on the button. Algieri was out before he even hit the mat. It was no doubt Conor Benn's biggest win of his career, definitely the most notable name of his career, and he dominated the fight from start to finish in impressive fashion. Chris Algieri just didn't have an answer. He never got into a rhythm. Conor Benn never got hit with anything significant, or he never had anything to worry about, and he just punched right through Chris Algieri and ended the fight in the 4th round with a one-punch KO. Now with reports coming out about a fight between Kell Brook and Conor Benn as is being discussed, and I think this is another good fight for boxing. I think it's a great step-up fight for Conor Benn, as each of his last few opponents were supposed to be, tests or considered to be step-up fights. And he's either knocked them all out or dominated each of them. Each of the fighters that was supposed to test him. But I think going up against Kell Brook would no doubt be another step up, and it would be a real test, another serious test. I think at this point, Kell Brook definitely has more in the tank than Chris Algieri. You know what I mean? So I truly expect, if this fight is made, I think Brook not only will test Conor Benn, but I think, not only do he have a great chance at being competitive, but I think he had a good chance of pulling off an upset, assuming Conor Benn would be the favorite in the fight. Kell's still shown that he has some fight left in him. I think he still has some in the tank. I believe he's still a really good, solid boxer. He still has a good jab. His power is still there. His reflexes, and one thing that he still has that he always had that made him very good is he still has very good timing, as we've seen when he fought Khan. He timed Khan over and over again and eventually knocked him out. I think the big question for Brook, though, is what is his punch resistance like, and would he be enough to, would he have enough punch resistance to avoid being stopped and knocked out by Conor Benn? Because Brook only has 3 losses, but in each of these losses he's been stopped. His first loss was when he jumped up 2 weight classes and fought Triple G at middleweight. He was stopped there. He got his eye socket broke. He came back down in weight and fought Earl Spence in his next fight. Got his other eye socket broke, and was also stopped in that fight. And then more recently in his third loss, was to Terrence Bud Crawford. And he was stopped also in that fight. So with Ben being a really good solid puncher, he's very aggressive, and he just has a high motor, high punch output. It's going to be interesting to see if Kell has enough left in the tank to keep the young, hungry Conor Benn up off him. Because there's no doubt in my mind that he'll definitely have his hands full with Conor Benn just off styles alone. I think the styles would mesh perfectly. You have a boxer puncher in Kell Brook. You have a aggressive, boxer puncher in Conor Benn. That comes forward, he likes to fight on the front foot. And we know Kell has great timing. And he's a big, strong welterweight. Like I said, he still has something left in the tank. So if Conor Benn don't bring his A game, like I said, Kell Brook could pull off an upset. But that remains to be seen. As like I said, this fight is being discussed. It's not etched in stone. It's definitely being discussed. I hear they're in the negotiations, to fight. And I think this would just be another good fight for the UK. Like I said, it'd be a good step up, a good test for Conor Benn to see exactly where he's at right now. I'm pretty sure he probably would be the favorite in this fight. And I think it's a fight worth watching. I would pay my money to see it. I think the way they're moving Conor Benn so far through his career has been very smart, strategic. If you would have seen him in his first 10 fights to his last 8 to 10 fights, you would have seen the progression and the improvement. Conor Benn has become a lot more patient, a lot more polished as a fighter. He knows how to fight behind his jab. He has the patience to fight behind his jab. He has a strong right hook, a strong straight right. He's quick. He move his feet real well. He's always in shape. So with all that being said, I think him versus Kell Brook is a very entertaining fight, and I think it'll sell out. I think it'll do numbers, and I think it'll be a good step up if Conor Benn were able to win. It'd be 2 big wins back to back, or could it be Kell Brook to pull off the upset? Him beating his rival and then turning around and beating a young, undefeated, title contender in Conor Benn would speak volumes for his career, and I think it will put him in position to get another big fight. So let's see how this plays out, man. I just wanted to get y'all my take on it. Y'all get in that comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know who y'all think will win between Kell Brook and Conor Benn. And as always, get in that comment section and let me know if I gave Special K Kell Brook and Conor the Destroyer Benn or Just Do. Because that's what I do over here, Just Do Boxing. Until the next one, I'm out. Peace.